to my channel. This is Crystal, and today I am going to review these Phoera super vibrant eyeshadows. And I got I got 5 of the super vibrant eyeshadows, and I got 1 of the pressed glitter. Now I have this magnetic palette here from Wild Peach, and I just removed all of the shadows that I have here. Right before I review the eyeshadows, I have to start with a transition shade first. I'm going to use this shade Play It Cool from my Morphe Boss Mood palette. Because the Phoera shadows are all shimmers, I have to use another palette, so this is the palette that I'm going to use to complete the look. So I'm going to start first with the shade Play It Cool. These come in a sort of cardboard packaging, and when you open it, it has another like plastic packaging, and then it looks like this. Honestly, I already repressed these shadows because when it got to me, the shadows were like wiggly inside and it was kind of dry. So it was like really dry around the shadow, so if you turn the pan upside down, it's literally gonna fall. So what I had to do, I had to like put a cling wrap on top and press it with a coin. So now it's already packed there and it's not gonna fall. But when I got them, like all of them were like either cracked or like kind of dry. So it was like very wiggly. You can really feel the product wiggling inside, and it's just gonna fall everywhere. So what I did was I had to just press it back, and now it's like back to solid. So just have to remind you guys, if you are gonna buy this, if it arrives to you the same way, don't be surprised, because I really got mine like that, and I saw some reviews online and they got theirs like that as well. So I don't really know why it's like that, but just to warn you guys, that's how it is. So the first shade that I'm going to swatch is Carnelian. This is a very shimmery light gold, and I actually swatched these already, and let me tell you guys, these are so sparkly. So this is Carnelian. Wow, these are very rich, very creamy, and very intense. Wow, that's a really nice light gold, and I see myself wearing this on my inner corners. There's this sticker that covers the shade names, which is so annoying. Okay, so this is 302 Beloved, and this is like a taupe purple shade. Yeah, a taupey purple shade. So it's going to be easier for me. I think I'm just going to attach them in my magnetic palette right now, so when I do the tutorial, it's going to be easy. So there you go. So it just sticks right away. You don't have to do anything. You don't need to buy a separate magnetic sheet. All you have to do is to just buy a magnetic palette like this in a metal pan, so it's easier for you to just stick it right there. Alright, so this next shade is 302 Beloved, and it's a very beautiful taupey shade, as you can see. And these are not like normal mica or anything like that. This is very, very packed with shimmers, and when you touch this, kind of reminds me so much of the shimmers from my Morphe palette. So here is Beloved, and that is just one swipe, and I didn't even swirl my finger in there too much. This is the opacity, and as you can see, they are definitely very creamy, pigmented, and very rich in sparkle. So that is Beloved. Wow, that's a really nice color. Then I'm just gonna put that right beside Carnelian. I love that they're not super big. It's as big as a 1 peso coin, so that is not, it's not gonna take up too much space. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 15 shadows will fit in here. And then the next one we have here is a very beautiful, vibrant shade, which is called Burgundy, because it's a burgundy shade. This is how this one looks like. The others came in plastic packaging. This one came in another cardboard packaging, which is, it's okay, like I'm not gonna use it anyway. So I'm just gonna pop this out of its packaging, and hopefully I don't ruin the shadow, because sometimes when you force the shadows out of the box, yeah, it's just gonna bend the pan. I hate that it left the glue there, And now I don't know if it's gonna stick on my palette. So this is the shade Burgundy. Oh my gosh, this feels kind of creamy. It doesn't feel like a powder formula when I press it. It just feels like, kind of reminds me of my ColourPop Super Shock shadows. And this is definitely not powder. It definitely feels creamy. So I'm just gonna swatch that. Wow. It actually felt kind of wet, but look at that. That is insanely pigmented, and that's a very, very beautiful shade. And oh my gosh, I'm very shocked that it's like this intense. Okay, so I was finally able to remove the glue from the span, but oh my gosh, wow, that's crazy. Even now I'm already impressed. They swatch really beautifully. I'm sure they're gonna look really nice on my eyes as well. Okay, so this next one is called, what is this? Hate that they covered the shade names with a sticker, and I just have to peel it off right now. Okay, so this next one is called Split. This one is the most like crumbly one out of all the shades when I got it. I have no problem with the formula, but it just looks kind of broken, so I had to repress this again with a coin and cling wrap. But yeah, this is the shade Split, and as you can see, it looks kind of cracked, but it's really not. It just looks very crumbly. But yeah, I was able to repress the shadows, and I'm just gonna swatch it. Like, some of the bits are falling on my legs right now. I have to press it as I'm swatching it because it's not pressed in there. But yeah, this is Split, and it's still a very beautiful shade, but it's just the formula is a bit weird and cracking. But yeah, wow, oh my gosh, these two shades are just everything. I mean, if you love pinks and reds, you're definitely gonna love this. And it has gold shift to it. It's like a pink with a gold shift, and it looks really, really cute. So the last shade that we have is this one. It's called Art Dragon, and it's a very straight up gold color. Okay, I'm just gonna get this. Wow, this one looks so sparkly, super beautiful. Even by just looking at this, I feel like if I went treasure hunting, this is definitely something that I'll find, because it's just so beautiful and luxurious. I feel like it just looks like a high-end pigment. I used a glue gun for this, and it's almost impossible to remove this. Alright, so let's just go ahead and swatch this. Ooh, that feels so good. It doesn't feel dry, this one. Wow, look at that. And then let's just swatch it right here. I'm just blown away by this shade. Alright, so that is the gold shade, and I'm really, really impressed with this gold as well. I'm actually really impressed with all the shades. They swatch really beautifully, and I mean, just you be the judge. This particular shade, the burgundy shade, just really stands out, so I'm definitely going to use this shade and maybe this one, and I'm going to try to use all the shades. So I think I'm going to start with my makeup look now. I already have my transition color, so let's just go ahead and start. I'm going to use this shade on the inner third of my eye. So yeah, I'm going to use the burgundy shade. Wow, it doesn't really take a lot of effort to build up this color because it's just so easy. The formula is just really nice, almost wet, and definitely feels creamy, this burgundy shade. I've never used a formula like this except for the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This shade will definitely not disappoint you for sure. I don't know if you can see, but this is definitely not a powder formula. It's definitely creamy, and I wish they were all the same so that I won't have problems with it cracking. Like this particular shade, this one, I think this is the shade called Split. This one feels dry, and I feel like it's going to crumble and fall if I'm not careful with it. So I wish it all has the same formula as this one, because this one definitely feels like a cream formula. Definitely not a powder formula, but I'm a big fan. Okay. This is definitely better than I expected, and it doesn't have a fallout because it's a cream formula, and I'm really a fan of this. I wish, like I said, I wish they all had the same formula. Wow. Okay, that's definitely one of the most beautiful burgundy shades that I own. So now I'm going to move on to another shade. I'm going to apply this shade on my outer corner. So this is going to be like the one that's going to deepen up the look. Yeah, I'm just going to use the same brush that I just cleaned up. You can totally use your fingers, but I just don't want to stain my fingers again because these are very intense shadows. So I'm just going to use a brush. What? This one feels kind of creamy as well. Yeah. And I'm using a synthetic brush and it works perfectly because the shadows, so far, these two feel kind of creamy. So I don't know if it's a cream or a powder formula, but they work well with a synthetic brush. So I'm just gonna apply that. Oh, that looks amazing. Wow. I'm gonna try to use my finger because my finger really picks up a lot of pigment as well. So, oh yeah, definitely use your finger if you really want this to stick and you want like an intense coverage. Okay, I'm gonna try to use my finger on the other side. Okay, that just made the work 1,000 times easier. The formula is just one of the best that I've tried, for sure. Phoera. I've tried, I think Phoera makes a lot of glittery and like sparkly eyeshadows. That's why this is one of my favorite brands overseas. So they have really fun makeup products, and like this one in particular, it's a shimmery shade, but the formula is in between a powder and cream formula, which is amazing. So it's just very easy to work with, and you can definitely just apply it with your finger and you're ready to go. Alright, now for the center of my lids, I'm going to use this shade, the gold one, and I'm just gonna pop this like on the center of my lids because I just feel like if I use this shade, it's not going to really show up. I want something that will really stand out, so it's gonna be this gold shade. So as you can see, that's just crazy. Oh my gosh, look at that. So beautiful. Okay, now I'm just gonna pop that on the center. Wow. I have never seen anything this intense in a pressed shimmery eyeshadow. The quality is just divine. I just went ahead and applied the shade Peachy Keen from my Morphe Boss Mood palette, and I used this shade to just kind of deepen up my crease a little bit. Yeah, it started raining, so I'm sorry if you can hear the rain, but yeah, I'm just going to apply this shade on my inner corner, and I know already that this is going to be super blinding because this one is just very sparkly. So I'm just gonna apply this. Usually I use a wet brush, but I won't today. But I might apply a little bit of this on my brow bone as well, because why not? This is how it looks like so far. I think I'm just going to apply like the same taupe color on my lower lash line, this one, and I'm just going to apply this on my lower lash line. It feels like I said, it has a creamy formula, so the product is kind of moving as I'm getting some of the product, which is kind of weird because if you're using a powder formula, the product is not going to move or anything like that, but this definitely feels like very creamy. It's so weird. I think I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I'm going to try to zoom in as much as possible, but as you can see, I'm trying to move the product and the product is actually just moving, and you can even make a dent. But if this was completely a powder formula, you really can't do that. But with this, I think they were trying to do a cream formula, like in between a cream to powder formula, which is great. And this is actually my favorite formula when it comes to eyeshadows, because I feel like they're more long lasting and the colors just appear a lot better, and you don't really need an eyeshadow primer normally. I cannot believe myself that I almost just forgot the pressed glitter. And yeah, they have a pressed glitter and I just literally forgot to apply this on my eyes. I already have these 3 colors on my eyes, but I just feel like I really need to show you guys how this looks. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys anyway how this looks. I don't know if I should apply this. Should I apply this so you guys can see? Yeah, I think I should just apply a tiny bit on my eye. So this is 105 Coral. Okay guys, so this is the pressed glitter and it's so beautiful. It reminds me so much of glitter injections, and the glitters, yeah, there's just so many colors going on. And I'm gonna show you guys the swatch. This is one of those pressed glitters that you don't need to use a glitter glue anymore because it has its own adhesive. So yeah, these are definitely pressed glitters. It's not a glitter overspray. It's actually packed with glitters. And with these glitters, you can see a lot of colors going on. There's a burgundy, a gold, a blue. So yeah, there's just so many colors going on. Hopefully this doesn't ruin the look. I don't know why it's not sticking. Might have to warm up your finger there a little bit. If you're just going to stamp it there, it still depends on the formula, but for this particular one, you have to kind of press it there for a bit. Oh wow, that looks really fun. I love that. That looks really nice. This is definitely something that I would wear for sure. You might have to spray your finger with like a Fix Plus or like any setting spray. If your finger is too dry, it might not transfer the product right away, but yeah. Okay, so this is the finished look and I really love how it turned out. I just applied my lashes. I didn't bother applying eyeliner because I was really going for a brown eyeliner, which I really don't have right now. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say that these eyeshadows are fantastic. If you're looking for shimmery eyeshadows, you're definitely going to love these. What's great about these shadows is that the formula is very special, and if you want me to be completely honest, the shimmers in this are better than the shimmers in my Morphe Boss Mood palette, and that really says a lot because I really love that palette. And honestly, when it comes to like pressed shimmer eyeshadow, I think this is one of the best that I've tried. I have tried a lot of loose eyeshadows. I have tried ColourPop eyeshadows, and they are very similar to this. I think if you are looking for a dupe for ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows, you're going to definitely love these shadows. The formula is very similar, but what makes this special is that yes, they are metallic, but then they're also packed with very tiny glitter particles in this. I don't know if you can see. There are 2 textures in this, shimmer and glitter. The lashes that I use are these from MINISO. They are already discontinued, but yeah, I think they're big. They're not really for this look. Yeah, I'm looking for something that's smaller than this, but this is just the one nearby. And these are the 2 that had less problems with because these are the most creamy out of all the shades. So these 2 right here feel like a cream formula, and the rest just feel like a pressed shimmer eyeshadow. The most problematic one out of all the shades is this one right here, this one, like the one that looks like a rose gold. And it's not even about the shade or the pigmentation. My main problem with this is that when it got to me, it was a bit crumbly and I feel like it's going to fall everywhere. And it was a bit messy in the packaging. Like even on the packaging, you will see that a lot of it came off. But yeah, I tried to press it. I think I'm just gonna spray this with some alcohol and then repress it again. So what else can I say? I really definitely recommend these eyeshadows. I think they're one of the best that I've tried. And normally a ColourPop shadow would cost like 400-500 pesos. So if you are looking for a very intense shimmery eyeshadow, you're definitely going to love these. And honestly, they feel very expensive. The pigmentation, the shade range, and just the opacity and everything about it. They are definitely 10 out of 10. You can definitely see it on the swatches. You can definitely see it on my eyes right now. They're amazing. I think that's it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you have any product recommendations, just leave it in the comments down below. So that's it for today. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye!